Scandal Squad, welcome back to the channel. Oh. Hey, Michael, how are you doing? Welcome back to the channel, Celebrity Scandalous. Can you let me know if you can hear me? Because I'm trying something different tonight. I'm doing portrait mode, so this is kind of new for me. And like y'all already know, I'm like Erykah Badu. I'm sensitive about my shit. So I want to make sure I'm good. And I usually don't do that. Can you see me? Can you hear me? Can somebody let me know? I'm good. I hope you're well. And I can. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So you guys, and thank you, Michael. It's just me and you right now. Okay. So I'm trying to get used to this whole new portrait setting. Oh, come get this commentary. Thank you. Hey girl, how you doing? Thank you. I don't like to do lives. It's just not my thing, but trying to do something a little different. So you guys, what I wanted to talk about tonight was this whole thing with Jay-Z. Y'all know I've been following this whole Jay-Z thing, and I have been more so on the fence that he has done something, just because of I've been talking about it with the allegations with him and Foxy and all of that stuff. But with the Jane Doe and the John Does that have come forward, the Busby clients, it looks like those couple of cases are going to fall apart. I mean, we saw the Jane Doe yesterday, the lady who said that he did something to her when she was 13. No victim shaming, but come on now, it's not. I don't think it's going to hold up. So anyway, I get that. It looks like in that particular case, Jay-Z, it looks like it's going to fall apart. I think those two cases are going to be dismissed. However, there have been allegations and allegedly a history of him liking younger women. The facts are the facts. I talk about this all the time. But what pissed me off is Stephen A. Smith. Now, Stephen A. Smith has come forward and he is in defense of Jay-Z. Nothing wrong with that. If you got a friend, you've known a person for years, you should defend them. You should defend them. So I want you guys to listen to what Stephen A. Smith was saying, which I was like, ooh, these people are too much. Okay, so let me get to the video. There we go. Wait, okay, right here. And I gotta go back, and this is like being at work. Damn, this is a lot. Okay. So let me start it. Y'all, this is harder than being at work. I ain't gonna lie. Okay, the video is starting.
Jay-Z and Sean Diddy Combs raped a 13.
Okay, so I started the video. Now it may stop and start because
18-year-old girl more than 20 years ago after an award show.
Y'all, not my fault. I'm in California. We're having some weather issues right now. We had a tornado watch.
The suit was filed in New York Southern District.
Oh, it looks like it's not going to play. Yeah, we are having.
That's the same jurisdiction currently holding Sean Combs in a federal jail on sex trafficking and racketeering charges until his trial this upcoming spring. As for Jay-Z, whose real name is Sean Carter, he's denied the allegations, calling them idiotic to say the least. He went on to say the plaintiff's attorney named Tony Busby tried to blackmail him, and the demand letter sent before the suit was actually filed. Busby appeared on this show in October, if y'all would recall, and told us about a number of alleged victims that approached his office. Take a listen to Mr. Busby back then. Are these alleged co-conspirators, are they public?
I apologize.
Figures? Are they well-known people in Hollywood, in the music industry? Are they people who worked for P. Diddy Combs? Could you be specific in that regard?
I would say yes to all the above. Yeah.
Yes to all of the above.
All the above. People that names that you would know, some people's names you wouldn't know, but are people that are in management or executive positions. People that were benefiting from this culture that was created. people that were there knowing that this was going to happen, people that actually participated.
Now, here's a portion of Jay-Z's statement issued in the aftermath of news of the suit breaking on Sunday. Quote, "These allegations are so heinous in nature that I implore you to file a criminal complaint, not a civil one. Whomever would commit such a crime against a minor should be locked away. Would you not agree? These alleged victims would deserve real justice if that were the case," end quote. In addition to the statement, Jay-Z didn't stop there. On yesterday, his legal team asked the judge to deny a request for the plaintiff to remain anonymous. Jay-Z's lawyer argued that the accuser's decision to file a lawsuit against his client under the name Jane Doe was, quote, inconsistent with a genuine effort to determine the truth or falsity of these allegations, as opposed to an effort to procure a quick settlement. His attorneys wanted dismissal of the suit or disclosure of the plaintiff's identity. Basically, that's it. Ladies and gentlemen, let me say this. A couple of things. I don't know Sean Diddy Combs. I've met him on a few occasions. I've spoken to him on a few occasions. I don't know whatever truth or falsehood is associated with his name. I haven't cast any guilt or innocence upon Sean Diddy. I simply reported it. Had Ryan Smith, legal analyst, on 1 minute, Eli Honig, a CNN analyst, on another, Ellie Honig, a CNN analyst, on at another occasion, dissecting and analyzing the case against Sean Diddy. The reason why I broached that was because his homes were raided in both Los Angeles and Miami by Homeland Security. News had been percolating, and it was clearly evident that an indictment would be forthcoming, and that clearly they were going to go after Sean Diddy Combs. That is the United States government. Mr. Busby is not that. He is a lawyer. I am not going to sit here and dismiss or excoriate Mr. Busby or his client, who's anonymous at this particular moment in time, in the allegations that she has leveled against Jay-Z. Here's what I will say. I'm broaching this story right now because we're talking about a friend of mine who is Jay-Z, somebody that I've known now for 25 years. And I'm going to state for the record, not calling anybody any names, not challenging Mr. Busby or the accuser, whomever. I'm telling you, I've known this man for 25 years. And I'm saying, for me, Stephen A. Smith, there is no way in hell I believe this about him. Jay-Z.
Okay, so as you guys can see, the connection is bad, so I'm not going to make you suffer through that. And then I'm going to go back and address some of Michael's comments. What pissed me off about Stephen A. Smith was the fact that he was saying, I've known this man for 25 years. And I mean, I get it. It's your friend. You've known somebody. To me, what I found to be such hypocrisy is the fact that he is stating that he doesn't believe Jay-Z could do it. Okay, that's cool. How are you standing up for Jay-Z just because you've known him for 25 years? Jay-Z never came forward and stood up for Diddy. And I'm not saying that just because Stephen A. Smith did this, that Jay-Z would be entitled to do it for Diddy, but that is crazy to me. Diddy and Jay-Z have been tied at the hips for years. We've seen them together, music together, business deals together, the brunches together. And so you're telling me, or Stephen A. wants us to believe that you don't believe that Jay-Z could have done that because you've known him for 25 years. How intimately and how well do you know him? I never even knew that Stephen A. Smith was associated or had a friendship with Jay-Z, as long as he's been on ESPN and stuff like that. Okay, so Michael says Jay-Z and Diddy ain't close. All they do is business. Well, hell, do we ever see Stephen A. Smith and Jay-Z together? I mean, you would think that some people that have a cool, close relationship, you would see something. We ain't never heard of them being, well, I mean, there was one time when Stephen A. Smith came out and was saying something about Beyonce and Rihanna and all that stuff, but we've never heard that they've been close or cool together. And people can be married for 25, 30 years and not know a person. And it's okay to defend somebody that you consider a friend. But to me, it was just crazy that he put so much emphasis in it, that I've known this man for 25 years. And the reason I can't, because you guys can see that let me see if I could play it, because he makes some statements that is truly gaslighting. Hopefully it'll play a little bit better, because there's some stuff in there that I was like, now, Stephen, you're going a little bit too far. Let's see.
Jay-Z that I know is the Jay-Z that I've seen around teenagers.
Okay, here we go.
And he doesn't even want us playing the kind of music we kind of listen to.
That right there. He's talking about, I know Jay-Z, and he don't even want us to play a certain kind of music around teenagers. Are you talking about the Jay-Z that has a song out with a 14, 15-year-old Foxy Brown talking about, ain't no like the one no one could me bet? That Jay-Z? The one who got all those songs with Rihanna when she was 16? The Jay-Z with these young girls talking about what they are doing or rapping lyrics about screwing grown-ass men? Huh? That is gaslighting at its finest to me. What are you talking about? Jay-Z don't even want certain kind of music to be played. Okay, Michael's saying, okay, what you say? Jay did the right thing by staying out of the Diddy thing. Diddy responsible for the demise. Yeah, but I feel like if Stephen A. Smith is coming to his defense because they're quote unquote friends and he's known him for 25 years, if you and this man have had such close business dealings and you know that people are going to look at you next, because come on, Jay-Z is not oblivious to the things that they've been saying in the media. Why wouldn't you come out and say something? I'm just saying, if I've been a business partner or had some affiliation to a person, I would come forward and defend my friend. I'm sorry. Or my colleague, because birds of a feather, they're going to start looking at you next. It was just crazy to me how Stephen A. Smith jumps to his defense. He got about 4 or 5 videos on this. The comment about, oh, Jay-Z doesn't even like us playing a certain kind of music around teenagers. Huh? You've got to be kidding. We've seen this man in videos with young teenage girls rapping lyrics about screwing young girls, screwing grown-ass men. So what are you talking about, Stephen? Who believes this? Not Black America. You're not talking to us, because we know the history of Jay-Z. I mean, I'm not a huge Jay-Z fan. I like some of his music. I used to like it more when I was younger. Love Foxy Brown. But for him to even say that, here's another thing that he said that I thought was crazy. Let's see. I hope it'll play.
Doing hip hop. He made us turn it off. That dude who was in concert in 2004 performing alongside R. Kelly, who he grew to dislike a lot, particularly because of the allegations that were leveled against him.
Okay, y'all. That's another lie. He did not end his relationship with R. Kelly based on the allegations, because he's kind of going on his head, and I just stopped it because, having some technical difficulties. He ended the relationship because they were on tour, Unfinished Business. I got the CDs. It was 2 albums. I got both of them. I used to be a big fan. Actually, there's a video of me on stage with R. Kelly. Not bragging about it, but I am in one of his videos. So I used to love R. Kelly, Foxy Brown. I listened to their music religiously. Okay, he's talking about Jay-Z ended his relationship with R. Kelly because of the allegations about R. Kelly being with younger women. That is a flat out lie. That is not what happened. It was on that Unfinished Business tour when R. Kelly started thinking that Jay-Z was trying to undermine him. I believe he thought somebody was trying to pull a you-know-what on him and stuff. That's what ended their relationship. And R. Kelly ended up suing him. So that's a lie. And so just so y'all know, I'm not making this stuff up. We just gonna go back and look at why did Jay-Z and R. Kelly's relationship end? And I'm using AI because it's just faster and easier. Jay-Z and R. Kelly had a falling out over a number of issues, including erratic behavior by R. Kelly, contract disputes, and lawsuits. Jay-Z countersued R. Kelly. R. Kelly filed a lawsuit against Jay-Z. In response, a judge threw out Jay-Z's countersuit in May of 2005. So it was not anything about the fact that Jay-Z was so, caring about what type of person, about the quality of man of R. Kelly, and that, he didn't want to be around R. Kelly because of the allegations against him. That's a lie. He was doing business with them. He went on tour with them. Everything unraveled when they were on tour. So I don't understand why Stephen A. Smith is trying to sit up here and act like Jay-Z is such an upstanding citizen. The other reason we know that he's lying is because, let me share this tab. Dame Dash's beef stems from falling out with Jay-Z, blah, 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 with accusations of Dash mismanaging funds and Jay-Z taking a more dominant role in the company, ultimately leading to their split. Their past relationship with Aaliyah also plays a part in the narrative. That's something that Dame Dash talks about frequently. That's one of the main things that he said that they fell out about, was because he was so pissed that Jay-Z could go into business with and have a relationship with R. Kelly. That's what it was. So just to hear Stephen A. Smith come out and say stuff like that, I'm just like, sir, do you think we're crazy? Do you think we're crazy? Like, that had nothing to do with it. Nothing to do with it. Okay, so let me go back and I'm going to look at some of the comments. You guys, I apologize. We were having some, okay. So Michael says, that's just business. I mean, okay. You said they're not friends. Well, Michael, Jay-Z and Diddy, friends or no friends, they are very much associated, or people know them to be like two peas in a pod. Whether it's business, whether it's personal, if there's thousands of pictures of Jay-Z and Diddy together. So whether they're friends or not, they are definitely closely associated. And again, when people started talking, even Busby said, if you were listening, Busby was even saying that after he filed the suit against Diddy, that there were going to be people in his orbit close to him that were going to be included and brought into these lawsuits because of their affiliation. So whether they're friends or not, they have a very public affiliation with each other. There's no getting away from that. I mean, we could call it friends or no friend, love, not love. I mean, the music you speaking about is overdue. But the cases that they're going to be litigating are over 20 years old. We're not talking about things that allegedly happened recently, except for that one man that was on the one John Doe who said something happened to him in the last 2 or 3 years. But these allegations stem back 20 years ago. And the music that I'm speaking about is still actively played, still part of Jay-Z's catalog. He still makes money on it. So, I mean, and I know people grow and they change, but I just don't think that you could use that as a defense, or Stephen A. Smith. And, you know, even when Jay-Z, another thing that I thought was very hypocritical was when Jay-Z was talking about, he said, well, Beyonce and I are going to have to go home and talk to our children about this. Well, hell, Jay-Z, wasn't you the one singing about slanging cane and all this stuff? And did you not think that the things you did years ago impacted families? I mean, all of the business things where allegedly he did not honor it and people didn't get the money they were supposed to get, and how he gypped people out of, you know, business deals. I mean, it's like they put themselves on a pedestal. Now that everything is starting to fall down, oh, our family, we have to talk to our kids, and they want sympathy. Hell, it's a whole bunch of people that are suffering, and nothing against their kids, because I think their kids are innocent. Blue Ivy, you know, the kids are innocent. They should not be targets. But for him to come forward and to use that as a ploy for sympathy, that's crazy. Your kids are like all the rest of our kids. We out here hustling. Your kids don't get a pass, especially for stuff that you did. Now you got to go home and talk to your kids about, oh, you know, people are making allegations against us. What happened when you was out there doing stuff allegedly to these young girls, or slanging that you was slinging? What about that? You supposed to get a pass for that though, right? Those people's kids didn't matter. The girls that got turned out doing, you know, drugs that you were selling, that's all in the past. Because Michael, kind of the way you're saying it is, it's all in the past, but it's still part of your past. And no matter what, there's some accountability. You could do something years and years and years, but sometimes it comes back to haunt you. So, you know, so Michael says, I never stuck my and so, you know, now see, Michael, you trying to be funny. You trolling. Because I already told you, and I already played that song for you where Foxy admits, you know, that it was not Nas all along. It was Jay-Z. So, you know, I played that already. So hold on, you guys, 1 second. I already played that. So, you know. Hey, Bring the Mess TV. You guys, Bring the Mess TV has a channel. Please go check her out. And I saw you today on Girl, Is That Legal? That it was a great topic today. We were talking about on Girl, Is That Legal? We were talking about these cases and the inconsistencies with these Jane and John Does, and the fact that it looks like these cases are going to be tossed. So Deanna Mercado. Did I say it right, girl? Did I roll it off right? Yes. How about the video? He was so excited when he went to Diddy's house, and so those kids sitting there. I didn't see that one. What? Okay, Deanna, can you tell us what video? Because I would love to pull it up. So you're saying that Jay-Z went to Diddy's house and he was excited to see the kids sitting there. I don't know. Or are you talking about the NFL player that said Beyonce was asking one of the kids, is this sexy? I'm not sure which video you're referring to. Everything Jay does is strategic. Jay about business, not emotions. Okay, well, we can't take that away from Jay. He is a businessman. He's, you know, made it out what they call it, the Marcy projects and everything. And he, you know, but he's also screwed over some people. And that's the part when people talk about karma, sometimes it's like things come back to haunt you. When you have bad dealings with people, you make enemies. And so it's like a lot of the things that he's done in the past, he's going to have to pay for. I mean, we all do. The stuff about Jay-Z and younger girls is not going away. We already know that his wife was young when he started dating her. She may have been of age, but it's still part of his history, and they're still going to use it against him. This whole thing with Rymir, the young man who is saying that he's his dad and he wants to get the DNA test, in my opinion, because y'all know I used to be a litigation secretary, I said he shouldn't even pursue the DNA any longer. He can file a suit on behalf of his deceased mother as a minor, saying that Jay-Z, that she was a victim. Now, I don't know if, because people are saying that he's about to connect with Busby. So to me, that is another legal strategy. Jay-Z ain't the only person strategic, Michael. Okay. And he's about business, not emotions. Okay, well, he looked a little emotional in that when they were doing that Mufasa red carpet. He didn't look like he was about business that night. He looked stressed, and stress is an emotion. So, but I think that Rymir should take another, since Jay-Z has been dodging the DNA test. I think if he joins up with the Busby law firm, that maybe he can file on behalf of his deceased mom, because you can't do that. So, is girl, is that legal? Because she's an actual attorney, she didn't necessarily agree with my strategy, but I mean, I still think it's something he could do. And Deanna says he was interested. Yes. So now that's something I really never understood, was his relationship with Aaliyah, because I know Aaliyah ended up with Dame Dash, but I don't know. Some people are saying, there was one young man who was on here the other day, and he was saying, no, Jay and Aaliyah never had nothing. And, because I've heard different. They said that Aaliyah was taken advantage of by quite a few of the industry men. I don't know, but yeah, I have heard that he was interested in her, but I don't know if they ever dated or anything. Bring the Mess says he really didn't. They both were big heads. R. Kelly said Jay was doing underhanded stuff. I dated one R. Kelly. Oh, did you? Okay, really? Okay. So yeah, I actually had the opportunity to meet him when he was in the Bay Area one time. I did not meet him, but I had the opportunity, but I was on his stage. And I used to love R. Kelly. I loved R. Kelly. Michael says, what I've learned is people like who they like. They wasn't friends. It was just business. Dame's real beef with Jay is because he left and listened to Liar Cohen. I'm probably saying his name wrong, but I think I know who you're talking about, the white guy. I don't know a lot about that relationship, but I mean, they were so close. And what we hear is that it had to do with females and Aaliyah and R. Kelly. And I mean, business as well, because Dame Dash would have you think that Jay-Z is like a narcissist and not loyal. A lot of Jay-Z's friends have come forward and talked really bad about him. I don't know if y'all listen to Choke No Joke, but he be talking bad about Jay-Z. And these are all people that were part of the crew and knew all of these men back in the day. So Michael says there are no cases. Now, I wouldn't be so quick to say there's no cases. I'm going to say, from the ones that I've seen, the inconsistencies. But again, Girl Is That Legal said that the fact that they can't remember a year or something like that is kind of minuscule. I think based on when I was doing the type of law that I used to, assist with, details like that would be very critical. You would need to get things right. And the attorney would vet. We didn't use the word vet, but before we filed documents, I mean, that was part of our job to proof and make sure that everything was accurate. So the fact that these dates are wrong and you're amending them in such a public and high profile case, that's kind of weird. And I think Tasha K said the other day, which I want to clarify this too. Tasha K said that Busby is taking these cases pro bono. That doesn't make sense. Pro bono, that he's not being paid. No, he's not being paid. He's taking it on the contingency that if he wins it, he will get a financial, there will be a payout to him. So he wouldn't be taking 100 and some odd. Well, they're not 100 at this point. It's only 20 or 22 right now. But he would not be taking those cases pro bono. He is taking those cases on a contingency that if he wins something, or if there's a payout, a settlement, he will get paid, and it will be a handsome sum. So I think that's misinformation. You said at least for Jay, so I'm not sure what you're referring to. So Big Zwane, when did Aaliyah pass that ancient to Dame? Can't be mad at Jay for that. Huh? When, now I don't know what you're trying to say. You're trying to be funny. You must be trolling. When did Aaliyah pass that? Yeah, I don't know what you're saying there. It don't sound like it's nice though. Hey Lulu, hey everybody. Have a shout out to Lulu. That's my moderator. She has an Instagram page, and Lulu, you can put it in there and let everybody know, with inspirational daily words of wisdom, positive, stuff like that. Hey, Mother of Universe, welcome back, girl. No, you're not late. You just on time. You ain't never late. Okay. Happy Friday. What is this? Saturday? I'm losing track of time, y'all. You said Foxy was talking business. Foxy was young. Foxy, and now they're talking about the fact that Foxy has been denying this, although we know that she has kind of gone on record and insinuated things, and she's kind of going back and forth because she, there's a rumor that she was in love with Jay-Z and that he's bankrolling her. So I ain't gonna lie, if somebody was paying my bills, I probably wouldn't say ish either, until it gets to the court and there's a deposition and people start going back saying, I saw them together, and he gonna have to answer to that. I mean, but if Rymir is able to file a suit or a case against Jay-Z on behalf of his mother, saying that he had relations with her when she was underage, that would be a nail in the coffin for Jay-Z, for sure. Because it's not about the DNA; it's about his mother being a victim. I just think that's a legal strategy. Oh, thank you. Yes, you guys, can you hit the thumbs up for me? I appreciate that. Thank you. Now, why are you calling the man a goof? Michael is saying Rymir is a goof. Okay, for one, if Jay-Z was my father, because his mother told him that, I would want to know. Who wouldn't? That's your legacy. At this point, he can't get no child support, but if that is Jay-Z's son, shouldn't he want to know? I would want to know. Who wouldn't want to know? Hell, if I was related to anybody, if my mom or dad was anybody rich and famous, I would want to know. And I would be using the name and all the benefits that go along with it. Why not? I mean, it's your birthright. We talk about birthrights and stuff like that in your pedigree. Why not? I mean, that's how white America gets over on people all the time. It's because of their history and legacy and their birthright. If that is his dad, he's an heir. Even if he can't get a financial benefit, that's his dad. I'm allegedly, if it is, he has a right to know. Why not? Lulu says Michael must be a rock. Oh Lord, I hope he ain't, child. If he's a Rock Nation employee, look, let me log off right now, right? Because I don't need nobody coming in my mail talking about, you're going to get a copyright strike and your channel will be demonetized. Michael says, nah, Lulu. No, I don't think he is. Michael be on here just giving me a hard time. He just be on here giving me a hard time, but I like him, and he's been supporting the channel. So shout out to Michael. Thank you. I appreciate it. Bring the Mess TV is saying LOL. She laughing. Michael is saying she was talking business. She was dealing with Nas and Jay. Michael. She was talking between her thighs. She wasn't talking. Yeah, she was talking about the business, the boudoir business, the business of the boudoir, of the bedroom, of the Il Nana. Il Nana. Okay. And y'all can see I'm a brown skin. And I remember Foxy Brown when Foxy Brown was Pam Grier. So back in my day, I was, y'all, I thought I was the Il Nana. When I used to date, I was Il Nana. Okay. So no, Michael, I'm going to have to respectfully disagree with you there. She was talking about, you know what she was talking about. Yes, I love her show too. I mean, well, for me, I like it because I used to be in litigation. And so I always try to think about things in a legal perspective, because a lot of people who don't do law or know law, whether you're an attorney, paralegal, whatever, it's like we just, like Michael said earlier, like a lot of times people have emotional responses, but they don't know it's things are based on law. It's not what you believe or what you feel or the morals of it all. It's this is the law, as not to say a bad word, y'all, but fuck what you feel. It's the law. And so, oftentimes people will be arguing things. It's like, but it doesn't work that way. It really doesn't work that way. Bring the message. I'm so happy you started coming live. I need to start. Yes, girl, we can do a collab. And I know people always say that, but I'm really forcing myself. Doing lives for me, I'm an introvert, y'all. Believe it or not, I am an introvert. So before I get on, I have to have rituals. I know that's probably crazy. One thing I have to always, this is a necklace I've had for over a decade. And I always have to wear this necklace. It's probably some of the stuff is rubbing off on it because I have to clean it and stuff. But it's like my Superwoman choker. It's certain things that I have to do, and then I always have to put on a fragrance or something. I don't know. It's weird. It's like a ritual. So like today, I put on some Tory Burch, right? It's like I have to work myself up, and it takes so much energy because it's just not my nature. I'm a pretty chill person. So yeah, but yeah, girl, get back in it. Even if you don't do your lives, start doing your videos. Because I was on your channel maybe a week or two ago, and I see that I think you had a community post, but I hadn't seen anything new. So get into it again. Start it back up, and come over here, and I'll promote you. We got to promote each other. So Michael says, and put your channel in the chat. Why would I want to be aligned with someone who doesn't even acknowledge me? Who are you talking about, Michael? Who doesn't acknowledge you? Or who? I know you're talking about one of the people, but who are we talking about? Pam Grier. Yes. Pam Grier. Pam was so pretty. And then the afro and everything. Yes, she was like iconic for a lot of us Black girls coming up, because we did back in our day, like in the 80s and stuff, we didn't have like social media like they have now. Everything is instantaneous. So we had our little write-on magazines, or those little things that we would get in the supermarket and stuff. And Black girls, they weren't putting us on the covers. They just weren't. So when we would get some movies or whatever, my parents would watch things, it would be like, oh, I look like her. I look like, yeah, So yeah. Let's see. Come clean, Jay-Z, and claim your son. God ain't gonna let you get away with everything, okay? Hey, Ella, welcome to the chat. Exactly. I think that if it's not his son, why not just prove it? Be done with it. But Ella, you know why? Because if he takes that DNA test and he got that girl pregnant when she was underage, it's a wrap. So all of the other stuff, these cases with Busby, trying to say that he did this and did that, that one case right there, Rymir holds the ticket. He holds the key to a lot. And if Busby if Busby uses my strategy, which I'm saying, don't worry about trying to force him to take the DNA, because that he will eventually have to take it, but file a suit. And I'm not trying to look at me like I'm not trying to get Jay-Z in trouble. I'm not saying it like that, but I do believe a better strategy would be to file a case on behalf of the decedent and say that she had relations with Jay-Z and then have them prove it. Maybe it's a flimsy case. I don't know, but hell, look like all the other ones are too. She signed some affidavits. I believe based on other videos I've seen, there are people who corroborate the story. They went, I forget the guy. I don't want to say D. Haven. One of Jay-Z's friends who would go with, he would go with the other girl, Rymir's mother, and they would all hang out. So it's 4 of them. So if this other person could, affirm her statements, hey, There you go. I have solved the case. Okay. I could save a lot of money. I'm just kidding. So Bring the Mess TV says, me too, girl. I hate coming on live. Yeah, it's just not my thing. I prefer doing voiceovers because people be so critical, and be like, oh, you said this and you didn't do that. And, so it's like, okay, yeah. And I'm shy. I'm an introvert and I'm shy too. So, yes, a lot. By the time I put on hair, makeup, how that, girl, isn't it? It's a whole thing. But you know what? The way I have kind of told myself is, look at Shira. I don't know if you watch Shira, but some ladies, that's just normally what they do, And yeah, it's okay. Just get the hair right and a little bit of lipstick, and you good. And I've seen your videos. You're pretty, girl. You ain't got nothing to worry about. To me, it's not even the look as much as it is of trying to navigate through all this stuff. I'm trying something different. I'm doing the vertical. I don't even know if it looks right, but let's see. Rymir and Jay-Z. Let's see. What did you say before? You go back up and see what Michael says. Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay, so Michael is saying, you're saying, why would he even want to be aligned or with somebody who doesn't claim him? Because it's your dad. Do you know how many Black men and girls too? There are a lot of children, white too. There are just a lot of children whose parents are just deadbeat, for a lack of a better term. I don't know, but you have a right to know. And let's be real. If Jay-Z wasn't who he is, Rymir probably would let it go. But it's Jay-Z. So that's why he wants to know. I would want to know too. Like, why not? I mean, they don't have to have a relationship, but I am your child. And then that looks bad on Jay-Z. Then the onus will be on him. It would be on him to claim him or not. But then that would really make Jay look bad. And it's already kind of making him look bad because people are like, it's not like Rymir has been doing this 1 or 2 years. It's been over a decade. Oftentimes, when people are kind of loony and they're doing stuff like this, they kind of move on and they do something else. They be like, oh yeah, I'm a Kennedy or whatever, right? They'll move on to something else. But this guy has been consistent. His mother told him that, and there are signed documents that his mom on her, I guess, right before she passed, did an affidavit, and somebody else too, his godmother, somebody. So I just think it's fair. Just give this man what he wants. I would. I'm not your mom. I ain't your daddy. Okay, let's get this done, and I'm done with it. Why not? And Michael, another thing, Rymir says that there were times where they were getting close to 1 second here. Rymir says that they were getting close to settling this, but Beyonce is one of the reasons that stopped it. She did not want this information to come out, and I think probably because of all of the other allegations against Jay-Z. Y'all, I had to cough. She didn't want it to come out, because Jay-Z has been affiliated with so many other women and all these claims of kids. Because, there is another little boy that he allegedly had. This kid is probably an adult now as well, with some Trinidadian woman from back in the day. I don't know if y'all remember that. Bring the Mess says, baby Pam Grier was hot. She was. She still looks good too. Ella Moore says, rap, I agree. D. Haven was just sticking up for Hov. Was he? Okay, so maybe it wasn't D. Haven. Maybe it was somebody else. But it's one. Okay, so here we go. Michael be getting in the comments, and he be throwing stuff out that challenge me to make me have to go back and look up my facts. So, noted. Who was with Jay and the girls? Okay, I'll have that for you, sir, by Monday. He just wants to find He just want to find out exactly. Bring them STV. He just wants to find out who wouldn't. I mean, they have tests all the time to establish paternity. It's just fair. It's not like he's going to get a financial gain out of it, but and if he is, maybe he could write a book or talk about it. What is it like? But anyway, y'all, what about the girl? So I don't know if it was on Tasha K. Maybe it was Tasha K. But she was saying that the one girl that is supposed to be his oldest daughter, that he bought her a house. I don't know how true it is. Or Storm Monroe may have been talking about it. But one of the girls, the oldest one, allegedly he bought her a home on the water and a truck and stuff, and maybe gave her a financial payout. So she's kind of quiet because I think Tasha was pretty close to having her come on to talk about it. But then I guess she thought, hell, I might need some more money in the future. It's probably best for me to just be quiet. So yeah, I mean, it's not like allegedly he has not acknowledged some of his other kids. Ella says she would want to know too. Girl, we all would want to know. Michael, you would want to know too. You would want to know whether you dealt with the man or not. The Rome effect. You look like the babysitter from Cat in the Hat. Oh, thank you. Because, child, I love me a cartoon. And I love Cat in the Hat. I haven't, let's see. Actually, if you come back, I probably got some Cat in the Hat books around here. So Michael says, that's the problem. If Jay wasn't who he is, then this would be a non-issue. I feel like it's the clout chase type of thing on Rymir's part. Whose name is on the birth certificate? That's the daddy. But okay, I get what you're saying. But it's like, it's Jay-Z. It's Jay-Z. And when you say it's a clout chase, yeah, it's birthright though. It's his birthright. And in terms of who's on the birth certificate, I believe that initially his mother thought it was one person, it's two. And that's why he was so pursuing Jay-Z, because he found out that the other person was not the father. So legally, if he finds out that if he takes the DNA, if it's court ordered, he can get a modification on his birth certificate. And that might depend on the state. I can't say that for sure. Michael is saying hearsay. Okay, it's all hearsay. Hell, everything is hearsay, right? Until proven to be facts. Tap those hearts so the others can come in the conversation. Oh, girl, see, I don't even know all of that. Bring them STV. You need to start doing it so I could be following your format, because I don't know. Yes, and I do know about tapping the hearts, but I have to remember, hit the like button, do this, do that. It's too much. Tasha K said it. You notice that girl stopped talking. Exactly. Yeah. Because she knows that, Jay-Z had probably given her a little payout. And I wouldn't want it to stop either. And to be honest, at this point, if Jay-Z has acknowledged you guys have your own relationship, then why even come forward and then put that kind of stuff out there? Like, in my opinion, she has no story. Like, just get a relationship with your dad, be glad he acknowledged you, and don't screw that up for yourself. That's just what I think. And Michael says Rymir has no rights. At this point, he has no rights. And even if you are established as a child, he might not be entitled to any financial rights, but I thought we all had a right to know our birth parents. Well, that's questionable, because I do know in adoptions, they can keep those records sealed, but I know in some states they have overturned that rule. But I think more than anything, he just wants to know who his dad is. That's fair. I think that's fair. But y'all, thank you for joining me for this live tonight. I am going to try to do it some more. Bring them STV. You need to start doing it too. And I'm not saying that in a bad way. I'm just like, come on, girl, do it. And I'm gonna, keep trying to go live and just develop a new habit, a new strength, And just for you guys who, I don't know if you caught it, but Jason Lee just released a video, and he is talking about, he said, if I come up DEAD, it was Jay-Z. So see, people are fueling the fire. Like, Jason Lee, why would you even say that? Because now people are going to take it and run with it. Moi. I'm gonna take it and run with it. I'm gonna take it and run with it and clickbait it. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like, why would you say something like that? You know better than, because now people are going to be like, oh, Jason Lee is afraid of his life. He says if he comes up unalived, it was Jay-Z. Like, you can't say stuff like that. Oh, thank you. Right. Thank you, Michael. That's so sweet. I thank you. Ella says thank you. Thank you for loving my channel. I appreciate it, you guys. Oh, thank you. Well, the guy just said I look like Cat in the Hat. So I gotta go look back. I gotta go look up the Cat in the Hat, y'all. And it's funny he said that because I actually have a green. It's not a cat in a hat. It's a hat that I have for St. Patrick's Day, but it's one of those big tall hats. So I hope I can find it because I sure will rock it. Okay, I don't mind being called crazy. It's all good. But thank you guys for joining me tonight. Love, and I will see you hopefully tomorrow. Let's do this tomorrow. Have a good night, you guys. Bye.